One of my favorite philosophers is Seneca, and he was a Stoic in ancient Greece, and he used to have like a periodic practice where he would, like, he was a wealthy man, and he was like, you know, he had good ties with people and emperor and things like this, but he would practice, like, consciously go out and practice poverty, you know, periodically. You know, he'd live as someone who didn't have any money with amongst the people who were, like, you know, actually poor and struggling to live and get by day to day, you know, to humble himself, you know, to remove himself from this guise of what, you know, self meant, right? And my own experience with living in the Zen Buddhist monastery and living with a monk, you know, a guy that was like, he was very humble in terms of like what he did. He wore, you know, the monk robes every day, right? He lived in the monastery. It's a very small monastery amongst the mountain, tiny home by himself, you know, and then the visitors that he took in. But what I noticed from him, just observing him and like living his life, is that he lived completely in the moment. Every single moment of his life, there was no planning ahead, even to that degree, you know. It's just like, all right, it's lunchtime. What are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, it's time to pray. We're going to go meditate. You know, time to drink tea. Let's have drink tea. You know, but he was fucking happy. He was like the happiest dude on earth, you know, that I've ever met in my life. And then I come back to, like, you know, quote unquote reality in my corporate career and you know, living the high life, and everyone's miserable around me, you know. So that in itself, when we come back to this like semblance of what a compass is, right?
Yeah.
It's telling us something. There's something behind these types of experiences.